we're halfway, a little bit over halfway into 2014, and we've, you know, a lot of people say it's been a dry spell, but I think we've got a lot of artists that have been dropping things. Maybe not a lot of mainstream guys that have dropped solid content, but there's been projects all over the place. And my question is, who is the dopest artist that you've heard this year so far? And I'm gonna pressure Matt first with this question.
Pressure me?
Yeah.
All right. It kind of goes back to one of the what I was recently listening to. Like, I think George Watsky, he's a slam poet out of, I can't remember what city, but like he's a white kid.
Oh, did we lose signal?
Can you hear me, or did I cut out?
Yeah, I got you. It cut out for a second, but I can hear you.
All right, well, dude's got this great flow. Like, everything is super constructed. Like, what slam poetry is, it's like competitive poetry. So the dude grew up on, you know, proper form, and he happens to have an amazing flow and a social message. His videos are really well produced. I found him earlier this year. He's been on some of those epic rap battles. I don't know if anyone watches those on YouTube, but he's been in like 2 or 3 of those.
I watch all of those, and
yeah,
can you recall which one he is?
Yeah, he's Edgar Allan Poe.
Enough said.
And he's George Watsky. George Watsky's the shit. Like, I love the dude's flow, and he's Shakespeare. He also did Shakespeare.
Yeah, he did some great ones, man. I didn't know that he did stuff outside of that, so I'm definitely gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, Watsky's great. He's got like 3 LPs, and they're all just pretty solid. This one's especially, the new one he just released this year, is especially good.
All right, good. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Gary, your turn. No G Unit, please.
Yeah, no, I actually wouldn't say any G Unit. I think the best new artist I've heard is probably that dude Quest, because, you know, when you had that song on the playlist, I can't remember the name of it, but that really impressed me. And I also want to kind of say Kendrick, because I'm still bumping his album.
No. Can't have Kendrick on the list.
Okay.
Kendrick has not put out
so it's only
new material this year.
Albums this year.
Yeah.
Albums and not singles, right?
I mean, even if they drop singles, it would count, but Kendrick hasn't done either of those.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll go with Quest.
All right. That totally took my answer, but I'll figure something out. How about you, Joe?
Man, this is tough because I listen to so much damn music. You know what? One album that I do keep finding myself going back to time and time again this year is oh crap, it's Kevin Gates. I can't remember the name of it right now. But it's the one that he dropped it right around the same time as Freddie Gibbs and Madlib dropped that Cocaine Pinata. And
so it's the one after Luca Brasi, right?
Yeah, Luca Brasi was last year, and then this one oh man, it's slipping my mind. I can't even remember the title of it. But like, it's phenomenal. Like, Kevin Gates is like, he's just one of those artists that like people aren't going to appreciate until like years down the road. Like, that's just how I feel about Kevin Gates. But that project from this year, seriously, like, I go back to it about once, every few weeks or so.
Is By Any Means?
Yes, that is the name of it. I don't know why. I listened to it last week.
All right, man. Like, I think me and you talked about the whole Kevin Gates thing before, where somebody mentioned or suggested the Luca Brasi story to me, and I went into it. I don't know why. I think it was more because of who recommended it. I went into it expecting some super lyrical artist, and then when I heard it, I was like, oh, it wasn't immediately bad, but I wasn't in the right mindset to listen to what I heard.
Yeah. And
a lot of people talk about Kevin Gates, so eventually I am going to listen to Luca Brasi, Stranger Than Fiction, and By Any Means.
There was actually a song that dropped like a couple hours before we hopped on here. It's a new Starlito song called Ballin', and he's on there on the last verse, and he absolutely destroyed that song, and like, Starlito is no slouch.
All right. Yeah, I know you're a big Starlito fan. Big time. But, because he's one of the, Step Brothers?
Yeah, him and Don Tripp.
Yeah, I listened to a few of his things off your recommendation. He is pretty dope. But now it's on me, and Quest was easily my answer.
Yo, go for it, man, because you probably have a lot more to say than I do. So.
Cool, because like, I mean, I'll give my second best as well, but Quest is definitely the best one that I've heard in a while. Because like I enjoyed his music before, when he wasn't signed to VMG, and he was doing some different things with it. Because like there was a couple songs where he mixed in some dubstep with it, and I thought it was dope, and I thought he was gonna stay in that lane, but he just didn't captivate people as quickly as he wanted. And the thing is, I think that was only because of the music choice he did. Because lyrically, the dude is sick. Like his pen game is ridiculous, and I have to say I was guilty of being one of the people that wanted to hear it on more traditional beats and stuff and see what he sounded like. So when he started doing all of that after he signed with VMG, like dude is on a tear, and it's incredible to hear the stuff that he's been putting out. And I think that, you know, Logic, are y'all familiar with Logic?
Not really. I mean, I know who he is, but that's about it.
Yeah, I've heard the name. I haven't heard the music.
Same.
What about you, Matt? Same?
Yeah.
No disrespect to Logic. Logic is dope. But I really think, and I mentioned him because he's the owner of VMG, or the leader of it. I don't know if he's the owner, but he's like the poster child for that label as artists go. But I think Quest is much more deserving of it. And I think when Searching Sylvan comes out on the 2nd, which we have like a week, I think we'll get to see that, because he outshines a lot of people in the game lyrically right now. But to give my backup, I'll have to say Alex Wiley. He's out of Chicago, and he did Village. I can't remember the first. Club Wiley, actually.
Yeah, Club Wiley. The Village Party was this year.
Yeah, Club Wiley was the first time I heard him, and I was like, this dude is absolutely nuts. But I thought he was going to drop that and like fizzle out, and then he did Village Party in like no time. Like he said, it didn't take him very long to do it, and I was blown away. And I can't wait to hear more from this guy. And he's been doing a couple feature verses on people's things, but not really anybody outside of Chicago, sadly. But I do want to hear him collaborate with bigger artists. But they better be prepared to get the whole Renegade treatment, because his flow is ridiculous, and he will destroy some people on a track.
See, I don't know about that though, because like I listened to Village Party, and like it just I don't know if it was like the mindset thing that you talked about with the Luca Brasi thing, but right. it really didn't do anything for me. Like I was just kind of listening, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, whatever, but it was just like, all right, that's it.
The Village Party project was it was really atmospheric and stuff, and it seems like a lot of the time they were letting the music do the talking, most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a Kid Cudi joint. But when he does spit, I think he's one of the better ones to do it. Now, I'm not gonna say he's saying anything particularly enlightening, because he's definitely not. But the way he's saying it and the flow that he has, and how he the variations between it, which I know Matt has a great appreciation for things like that, like the rhyming patterns and all that.
For sure. Yeah.
That's what I like from him, and that's why I said I want to hear him on more traditional beats and with other artists and stuff. Hear his features.
Logic?
No, that's Alex Wiley.
Okay, Alex Wiley.
Yeah, because I mean, Logic does the whole boom bap kind of
right.
New York rap type thing anyway. But Alex Wiley, I want him to bring his style to the other stuff, because he has a really, I mean, the dude already has a unique look to him, and his flow is pretty unique too. So it'd be interesting to hear. But I'm definitely going to share some more stuff from him on the site.
Can I say something real fast? Sure. I thought Alex Wiley was white.
Everyone did. All right. Did you see? All right. We posted a video on the Coalition, his last video for Splash Game.
Okay.
And I don't know if you watched it, but at one point its subtitles say, "Yes, he's white." I mean, no. It says yes, he's black. He's not white. And like, because I was the same way when LJ showed me his stuff, or he played the song first, and then I watched the video. I was like, whoa, like, you know, this dude's saying nigga a whole lot, whole lot, like every other word. I was like, who is this guy? He looks like Andy Milonakis. And I think he's embracing that now. But you have to watch the Splash Gang video. You and Matt. I don't know if Gary already watched it.
All right, I'll watch that.
Gotcha.